As their discussion concerning Duncan's affections for liberty continues in chapter 1414, tensions between Duncan and Mrs. Lewis grow. Mrs. Lewis is adamantly opposed to Duncan's connection with Liberty because of their dissimilar socio-economic origins and Liberty's role as a single mother who has been through a divorce. She feels that Lily, who comes from a stable home, should be with Duncan. Mrs. Lewis contends that for a successful marriage, the socio-economic position of both families should coincide. Duncan, though, is adamant about wanting to pursue a relationship with Liberty. He underlines that he decides for his marriage and not his mother. He refutes his mother's claims by asserting that Liberty is a deserving and attractive woman. With his scars and advanced age, he freely admits that he is the one who feels worthless. He emphasizes his intense love for Liberty, while rejecting the idea that a partner's fitness should be determined by social standing. Duncan's misgivings about his appearance are minimized by Mrs. Lewis, who reassures him that he is attractive and worthy of love. By pinching his face and expressing her disapproval of his self-deprecating attitude, she tries to exercise her parenting influence. Duncan, though, is unwavering in his belief that his decision to be with Liberty is not dependent upon his mother's blessing. He reminds his mother that he is capable of making his own decisions and expresses his independence and autonomy. If Mrs. Lewis cannot accept Liberty, he vows that he and Liberty will live happy lives apart from her. Although he suggests that he and Sonny might make the occasional trip to his parents' house, he makes it plain that the blessing of Mrs. Lewis is not necessary for their happiness as a family. Duncan's defiance has Mrs. Lewis speechless and indignant. She struggles to answer but tries to find the right words to convey her rage and displeasure with his choices. He presses his claim while emphasizing Liberty isn't romantically interested in him just yet. He implies that, rather than Liberty, it should be himself who is despised. As the discussion reaches its height, Duncan adamantly states that he has no romantic feelings for Lily and that he will not be coerced into a loveless union. He implores his mother to speak with Lily and squash any aspirations of the two of them getting together. Mrs. Lewis eventually expresses her whole objection to Duncan and Liberty being together, saying that she will never agree to their union as she is overcome with rage. The chapter shows Duncan's will to uphold his devotion to Liberty in the face of his mother's criticism. The conflict between custom and personal preferences is highlighted, with Duncan claiming his freedom and autonomy in issues of the heart. As Duncan and Liberty manage their relationship in the face of criticism from Mrs. Lewis and society expectations, the stage is set for more conflicts and difficulties. Now, what do you think of Duncan's sway in defending Liberty to his mother?